What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into The Flash issue number 3. In issue number 2, what we had seen is the Stillness, a mysterious group of individuals that are really looking at Wally West like he is primitive, like he hasn't figured out what his powers are yet, that they don't truly understand the ramifications of using the Speed Force. But more than that, we are seeing that Wally West is having his powers evolve, being able to move himself out of time. This is a huge feat for our speedster, but there's a lot more going on, with the Uncoiled chasing after them. We don't really know who these individuals are, but obviously there are much bigger things at play. And so now Wally West, with the help of Mr. Terrific, they're gonna try to put the math down. They're gonna try to figure out scientifically how all of this is happening, but it's gonna need a little more than science. And that's where we have Max Mercury coming in on scene. So, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 3, we are picking up with Wally West and Mr. Terrific. They are currently standing at the Flash statue. We had seen in the last issue that this is where Barry Allen was. We don't know what is wrong with Barry Allen, but we know that when he was sitting at this park, the Flash statue got these random wings, almost like butterfly wings. And while Mr. Terrific, he tries to do the scientific approach, we know Wally West, he may be a smart man, but when it comes to this stuff, he loves to chalk it up to just spooky Speed Force stuff. Because the truth is, nobody really understands the Speed Force. Barry Allen might be one of the few that understands it the most, but there is still so much that is unknown about it. They have tested this thing against magic. Zatanna found herself only with a migraine. If Mr. Terrific is being honest with himself, they are stumped. And unfortunately, Grodd has not provided any kind of insight. Every time Wally goes up to Iron Heights, Grodd simply tells him to wait. Now, with Mr. Terrific going off talking about gravity and everything in between, Wally West again chalking it up to spooky Speed Force stuff. When they get on the topic of gravity, we begin to talk about the individuals that had been abducted, the ones thrown into a null state. This is relative to the sun. The Earth moves, but those people do not. But all the people that were kidnapped, those orbs are crystallized time, very cold and very unstable. Right now, a rescue mission is out of the question, not until they figure this out. Their simplest solution, like Grodd had said, is to wait. That in 1 year's time, the Earth will come back around, and those people will be back on Earth. This is where we have the arrival of Max Mercury. Mr. Terrific not happy that Max Mercury is here, because he believes that this is really all about investigative science, not fuzzy-minded spiritualism. So while Mr. Terrific goes on and does his own thing, Max Mercury and the Flash, they're off to talk about something else. He wants to talk about how he has become unstuck from reality. He sees this as more of a private Flash family matter. He also doesn't want Mr. Terrific to think that he's unreliable, but Max Mercury thinks that he could do something to help, attempting to resonate with his aura, hoping to be able to perceive the reality as Wally West does, asking how long or how often these transitions take place. In an instant, we see them transported. Wally has dubbed this place the Blob Sphere. It's almost like a psychic ecosystem, with giant little meat balloons all over the place. But with Wally looking around, he can see that things have changed. Not really sure how or why, but this place is changing. This isn't some alternate reality. The vibrations, the voices, the wind. This is their Earth. Almost like they stepped sideways, accelerated sideways. Same planet, same universe, just from a different angle. This is when Wally hears the laughing, and then something hits him. As they look off in the distance, they see something that is just coming right towards them, destroying everything in its path. And this thing, it is moving quickly. He tells Wally to prepare, that we need to get back where we were. Taking some deep breaths and focusing in. In an instant, we see them returned. Not only have they returned, but we have the arrival of Bart Allen. He came here in a flash to let them know that he found pumpkin spice pickles. He also makes note that it was very odd that they just appeared out of nowhere. all that damage that they had seen in the blob sphere. That was Bart using his speedster abilities. They have always considered that their powers they never fully understood, that there may be consequences to using their powers. The stillness had told them something of this nature, saying that they never realized the damage that they were doing to the Brawn Paths. When asking Max Mercury about the stillness, he has never heard of them, but he does mention his little encounter with the buffalo, like it was a cry of distress from the Speed Force itself. And now this phenomenon in the park. There are many connections here that they just cannot see yet. As Bart goes on to talk about Barry Allen, right now he's in a very gloomy state. He's not even leaving the house anymore. All of this is giving Wally West a very bad feeling that all of this has to be connected, that there's more to this that they don't understand. And so to get a better understanding, we see them move sideways again. But this time when they do so, they find themselves in a new place, somewhere much more spooky, lingering dead all over the place. Wally West has used his super speed to access the spirit realm. With Max Mercury freaking out, Wally West starts to freak out. This is where they get attacked by a zombie monkey, or at least that's what Max Mercury thinks at first. But as they observe and try to understand, we see that this is one of Grodd's people, or gorillas, and it is letting us know that it is confused. It doesn't understand what's happening to it, that it was torn out of time. They all believe Grodd, and now this gorilla, it is feeling the ramifications of following Grodd. While they try to have this conversation and figure out what's going on, this is when they hear a voice. And with that voice, we see the crumpling of the very comic book page that they are on. Wally West knows this voice, but he cannot put a face to it, as they find themselves traversing multiple dimensions, one to the next, jumping all over the place, with Wally trying to concentrate and get them back to where they belong. He is unable to do so. When they finally do have a moment, when they get their footing, they see a shadowy individual ahead of them. And Wally West wastes no time going in. But as he charges, everything is folded up and crumpled yet again, as the two of them go falling. And when they land on the other side, what they find themselves in is a very mysterious land. Before they have time to say much, we have the arrival of the Uncoiled. 3 of them have shown up on scene, and everybody goes running. Out here, neither of them have a connection to the cosmos. The Speed Force cannot reach them. Wally West can feel his powers fading. He doesn't have enough power to get home. And so Max Mercury, he gives what power he has to Wally West. He tells Wally to send help, to tell Bart that I am proud of him. Giving over every bit of Speed Force that is left in his body, Max Mercury flings Wally West back where he belongs. Or at least, back to a dimension that is away from the Uncoiled. When he shows up here, what he finds is the Folded Man. But the Folded Man, he has some super suit and an upgrade. The truth is though, Wally, he has no time nor want to deal with this guy. With the Folded Man saying that there is nowhere you could possibly go, Wally West just walks away. He walks away and he arrives in a very beautiful garden. Statues of the heroes surrounding them. A gallery of a moments, where the bones of now feed the roots of perception. As he walks through all of this, some of these faces are very familiar. Sitting down, he thinks that maybe, just maybe, I have a moment of peace. This is when he is shot back to where he actually belongs, finding himself in front of that statue, and Bart saying that he did poke it, he apologizes, he found a really good stick and thought that he would be able to poke it, and he's apologizing profusely. But when Wally looks up, Mr. Terrific is asking, where is Max Mercury? And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely not a bad issue, definitely a lot to try and understand. Now, Wally West and his powers, they're evolving. Scientifically, this is like almost impossible to explain. Even Mr. Terrific is having trouble really pinpointing what all of this means. But we know that something is wrong with the Speed Force. This would explain why Barry Allen has been out of the fight, why he hasn't left his house in days, won't even leave his bedroom, because Barry Allen and the Speed Force, they are intertwined. more than any other speedster that has ever existed. Wally West may be the fastest speedster, but Barry Allen is the most crucial speedster. And as they stumbled into things that they truly didn't understand, that is where we lost Max Mercury. We don't know if he's dead, we don't know if he's alive. What we do know is that the Uncoiled have got hold of him. We don't know what their intentions are, but we can assume that it's nothing good. I think it is absolutely hilarious that the Folded Man, he had some kind of part to play in this, only because Wally West accidentally bumped into him while Wally was traversing dimensions. And then the Folded Man tries to do some things, and Wally just walks away from him. Just the absolute disrespect to this guy. Like, he's not even worth Wally's time to turn around and look at him. And can you blame him? They're dealing with cosmic beings, god-tier aliens, traveling dimensions. Max Mercury has disappeared. Barry Allen is down for the count. This is definitely some trials and tribulations for Wally West. But the speedster that he might be once he comes out the other side will be one of the best, one of the grandest speedsters that this world has ever seen. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with The Flash. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.